share similarly religious or political beliefs, but a celebrity couple, China Phillips and Billy Baldwin, talk about how her newfound Christian faith impacted their marriage. Take a look.
You see your life and the world through a very different lens than I do, and sometimes that tends to cause ruptures in our relationship. You would never divorce me over it, but would we be able to stay truly happy and connected and thrive with me being on this trajectory, this Jesus trajectory?
It hasn't become sort of the partnership that you've yearned for, were hoping for, but I still absolutely love you, absolutely adore you, and completely support you in your faith. That's why I'm sitting here now.
So if your partner made a sudden shift spiritually or politically, would it be a problem?
I could handle spiritual, but politically, I mean...
So you can't handle you can handle the existential one, but
I can handle that. If someone wants to be spiritual or go to church, I don't care.
it might have
fine. But if I can go out with a Republican. But if he was like a Trumper, I value my sanity. Okay, so I don't think I can do that.
Well, so when we came, this actually hits home for me because when I came into my marriage, religion played a big part in my childhood. Max is Jewish, but not practicing and has no traditions. So he came in and I said, I want church for these kids. It's very important to me. And we'd go back and forth and finally he agreed. And so recently I found a church and the kids are going. But I always told Max he'd have to come because in my town, everyone was similar in their religion. And the dads that stayed at home were just like cop-outs. So the kids would say, why does dad get to stay at home?
Yeah, but Dad's Jewish.
No, but keep on. We had two Jewish families in my town. It was not happening at every table. But I did now, we've turned it into a moment where we're turning it less into religion because I'm not into hammering home the beliefs. This is our heart work. This is what Mama's family does. We go and do this. And the kids really get it.
So is he going now?
No, not yet. Well, he's going to visit. He wants to come see the church, but he does. I'm no longer tied to the idea that he has to come every week with me.
Right.
I see it as more of like shared values. So my husband's Catholic and I'm Episcopalian, basically Catholic, right?
Yeah.
But it's very similar. But as long as we have the same core beliefs, I feel like it works.
Yeah.
I thought about this too. I had once dated a Jewish guy and I was like, it's related enough that could work. I think it gets harder if it's fundamentally different viewpoints because that gets hard with raising kids.
Yeah, I'm with you, Joy. I mean, spiritually, of course, Manny and I are both Catholic. We're on the same page. Our kids go to church with us. We all go together. But if he all of a sudden put a Trump 2024 sticker on his car,
that's a deal breaker.
I think it may be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah,
I think. I wouldn't understand any of it. It would be so confusing. And what I hated about that clip was this man looks very unhappy. Yeah, he looks unhappy. He's saying, like I love you and I adore you, but he looked
Well, she's not, she hasn't, according to what I read, she's not just changed her religion, she's preaching on the road now.
Well,
so it's
you know what? If he's fine with it and he's doing it, then listen.
Didn't look good.
I said, well, you know what? No judgment here.
Yeah.
No judgment here. If you can make it work in your life, fantastic. If you can't, then you got to make a change. I never have to think about it because I'm single.
In the views, we could see that the women in the views talk about religion, about if you and your partner, like your husband or fiance, you have your different religion and different spiritually you're different. What are you going to do? Are you going to see it as a problem in the relationship? They show about this couples that the wife recently became a Christian, a born-again Christian. She walked on the road and preached the word of God. And she was asking the husband if the husband have a problem about that. The husband said he doesn't have a problem. He still love her and cherish about her, and that does not once in a while it will bring some type of problem in their relationship. And he is fine about that, and there's no problem about that. The women in the views gave their own different opinion. Sonny talked about she and her husband, they go to the same church, but if her husband also become like a Republican and pull 2024 Trump on his car, he was going to have a problem about that. They talk about Sarah. Sarah, the husband is a Jewish who does not practice Jewish, and she was brought up in that Christian home that she goes to church, and it was a problem at the first because She tried to convince him that their children have to go to church. They have to bring their children with the fear of the Lord. They have to take them to church. He was refusing at first, but at the end, he accepted and succumbed to it. And she takes her children to church every Sunday, but he doesn't come here. Once in a while, he'll come and see where the church is and what they are talking about, but he doesn't really frequent the church. She says she used to have a problem about that, but recently she doesn't really bother. She tried to find her peace, and she said that with religion she preferred that. But if her husband was to change and became a Trump follower, she was going to have a big problem about that. They talk about we don't look about Joy Bear. Joy Bear says she don't have a problem with spirituality. Her husband can decide any spiritual to follow any type of church or just change her faith, his faith. But if the husband became a Trump follower, a Republican, she cannot deal with the husband because she loves her mental health. Her mental health is very important to her. You see, the women in the views, they will prefer religion, but they won't prefer politics. They talk about Whoopi. Whoopi says she doesn't have a problem. She cannot say anything about this because she's single. She cannot even say anything about it. The women in the view, usually this is a day-to-day life activity. Many couples have divorced, separated because of religion, because of politics. That's why I see most jobs, they will not allow you to talk about religion and they won't allow you to talk about politics. Because those two things will make people to come out from their covering. You see people getting angry because of religion and because of politics. So most jobs, they will tell you, don't talk about your religion, don't talk about your politics and statute. About politics, there's no politics at this job, and there's no religions being said at this your faith. Keep your faith to yourself, as I always said, which at times will bring a lot of problem because in the past it has brought a lot of problem. So most jobs came into coalition, united that particular issue, those two issues. That's what brought a lot of divorce, a lot of separation. A lot of people go their own way. Let me see your own suggestion on the comment section. What will you do? Will you divorce your partner, your husband, your wife because of their religion or because of their political party which you're not in support of? Let me see your own suggestion on the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please help and subscribe and help share the video. God bless you. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please help and subscribe and help share the video. God bless you. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please help and subscribe and help share the video. God bless you.